Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Happiness is not something we find in another person, a job title, or a certain number in our bank account. It's not a place we arrive at after ticking all the boxes society lays out for us: marriage, success, recognition. True happiness begins and ends within us. It's not dependent on circumstances, approval, or attention. And yet, many people spend their entire lives chasing it externally, believing that once they find the right partner, land the dream job, or receive the validation they crave, they'll finally be happy. But that kind of happiness is fragile, easily broken when things change, when people leave, or when plans fall apart. The truth is, relying on others to feel good about yourself is like building a house on sand. It might look fine for a while, but the first storm will tear it down. That's why happiness must come from within. It has to be rooted in who you are, not what you have or who surrounds you. Because everything external can change. People come and go, opportunities rise and fall. But your sense of self, your inner peace, your belief in your own worth, that can be your constant if you choose to cultivate it. Cultivating internal happiness means taking responsibility for your emotional well-being. It means learning to sit with your own thoughts without judgment. It means knowing your value even when no one is clapping. When you stop searching for happiness in the outside world and start building it from the inside, you discover a power that cannot be taken from you. That's what real confidence looks like, not arrogance, but peace. A quiet knowing that you are enough, without the need for someone else to say so. This is especially important when you're alone. Many people feel uncomfortable being by themselves because they associate it with being unwanted or unloved. But being alone can be one of the most beautiful and empowering experiences if you understand that your happiness does not depend on another person. When you can enjoy your own company, when silence doesn't scare you, when you can look in the mirror and appreciate the person staring back, that's when you've found something real. Internal happiness also means letting go of the illusion that something or someone outside of you will complete you. You are already whole. Anything or anyone that adds to your life should be a bonus, not a necessity. When you understand that, you approach relationships, careers, and goals from a place of fullness, not lack. You stop needing and start choosing. And that shift alone changes everything. So if you're waiting for the perfect partner, the perfect moment, or the perfect life to feel happy, stop. Turn inward. Start where you are. Learn to enjoy your own presence. Learn to comfort yourself, to motivate yourself, to celebrate yourself, because happiness that comes from within is the kind that stays with or without anyone else. In a world that often equates being alone with being lonely, it's easy to forget that solitude can be one of the most powerful and transformative experiences a person can have. Solitude is not a sign of weakness, failure, or social rejection. In fact, it's often in the quiet moments of being alone that we find our deepest strength. When we are away from the noise, the distractions, and the constant pull of others' expectations, we are finally able to hear ourselves. That's where clarity begins. Solitude provides space to think, to reflect, to reconnect with who we are underneath all the roles we play. When we're constantly surrounded by others, we often conform, consciously or unconsciously, to fit into social situations, meet expectations, or avoid conflict. But when we're alone, there's no one to impress, no one to perform for. That's when authenticity surfaces. That's when the truth shows up. Not the filtered version we present to the world, but the raw, honest voice inside us. Learning to sit with that voice is not easy, but it is essential. Some of the strongest people are those who have walked alone, not by choice at times, but by necessity. They've discovered that being alone does not diminish their value. It reveals it. They've used that time to grow, to build resilience, to understand their emotions, and to learn how to stand on their own 2 feet. Solitude has taught them what no external relationship ever could: how to depend on themselves. When you can find peace in your own presence, you unlock a power most never experience. You become less reactive to the world. You're not swayed as easily by the opinions of others, because your sense of self is no longer tied to external approval. That's strength. It takes strength to look in the mirror and be okay with who you are. It takes strength to spend time alone and not feel like something is missing. In solitude, creativity blooms, ideas flourish, emotional wounds begin to heal. It's the quiet space where you can reflect on your past, plan for your future, and center yourself in the present. It is the foundation for emotional maturity and self-awareness. Only when you're comfortable alone can you truly engage in healthy relationships, with full presence and without unhealthy dependency. The world may tell you that being alone is something to avoid, something to fix, something to fear. But the truth is, solitude is where you meet your true self. It's where strength is built, not displayed. It's where the foundation of self-worth is formed, not by what others think, but by what you've come to know about yourself. So if you find yourself alone, don't rush to fill the space. Sit in it, grow in it, discover the power in it. Because solitude isn't emptiness, it's the quiet strength that builds unshakable peace. Letting go is one of the most difficult, yet liberating acts we can perform in life. It's often misunderstood as giving up or losing, but in reality, letting go is a profound act of self-respect. It means recognizing your own worth enough to stop holding on to things, people, or situations that no longer serve your growth or happiness. When you let go, you're not abandoning hope or closing doors out of fear. You're choosing to honor yourself by freeing your mind, heart, and spirit from unnecessary burdens. Many of us cling tightly to relationships, grudges, or past mistakes because we believe holding on will protect us or keep us safe. We fear the unknown, fear loneliness, or fear the pain of change. But in holding on, we often trap ourselves in cycles of resentment, disappointment, and frustration. The energy spent trying to control what's beyond our control drains us and dims our spirit. True self-respect begins when we decide that our emotional well-being is worth more than clinging to what hurts us. Letting go is about setting boundaries. It means saying, "I deserve peace," even if that means stepping away from someone who repeatedly hurts you, or releasing a dream that no longer fits your life. It's not selfish to protect your heart. It's necessary. When you respect yourself, you acknowledge that your time, energy, and happiness are valuable. You refuse to be held hostage by guilt, regret, or toxic attachment. This process is not easy. It requires courage to face discomfort, to sit with uncertainty, and to trust that something better is possible, even if you can't see it yet. Letting go means embracing faith in yourself and in life's unfolding. It means understanding that sometimes holding on hurts you more than letting go ever could. And that release creates space for healing, for new opportunities, and for authentic joy. Moreover, letting go doesn't mean you erase the past or forget the lessons learned. It means you honor your experience without letting it define or confine you. You take the wisdom gained and move forward lighter, freer, and more grounded in who you are. This act of releasing is a declaration. You won't settle for less than you deserve. You won't stay stuck in what diminishes your spirit. In truth, letting go is one of the highest forms of self-love. It's saying to yourself, "I am worthy of happiness, peace, and respect." It's choosing to live a life aligned with your values and your inner truth, rather than one dictated by fear, obligation, or old patterns. When you practice letting go, you empower yourself to create boundaries that protect your heart and cultivate relationships that uplift and support you. So, if you find yourself holding on to something that weighs you down, consider this. Letting go is not a failure or a loss. It is an act of self-respect, a brave step toward reclaiming your freedom, your peace, and your joy. It is a gift you give yourself, a message to your soul that says, "I am worthy, I am enough, and I choose me." So today, I invite you to take that first step, not outward but inward. Embrace your solitude. Let go of what no longer serves you. Accept yourself fully, just as you are. Because true happiness isn't something you find in others or in circumstances. It's something you build inside yourself. Remember this: you are enough. You are whole. And when you live from that place, alone or with others, your life becomes a powerful testament to the strength and beauty of self-love. Walk forward with courage, stand tall in your own presence, and watch how everything begins to work out, not because of what or who you hold on to, but because of the freedom you've created by letting go. Thank you.